Big Stampin' Sharon. Today I'm going to be showing you this gorgeous card that you're going to be shocked at how easy it is to make. I'm using the new Path of Petals bundle from Stampin' Up! And I will be sharing with you the entire pressed. Here is my beautiful little card. I just had to play with this specialty washi tape that is the pressed petals, and I think it turned out so cute and so elegant, and it's so easy. Let me introduce you to the suite. First of all, you can purchase the whole bundle. I did use, like I said, the washi tape and the framelits and the stamp set and of course the paper, but I have made some other cards using some of the pieces. So these are called designer elements. They come in gold, silver, and copper. Woohoo! I love copper. So yeah, that's really fun. They are self-adhesive. You don't even have to add glue. Then there's this beautiful journal, and I bet you can't tell, but it is lightly embossed with the images from the stamp set. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. It is a beautiful journal that I can't wait to play with. The sheets are perforated. Like, you could even make a card with that. You could do some writing for in a journal, as a journal, or even just to, you know, like put it inside of a card. So yeah, it's super fun, super cute. So I can't wait to decorate it and use this one. Here is the Scripty 3D specialty folder, and this folder has the fonts that are from some of the paper, and it's just so pretty when you use it. I will share one little tip about this. These are thinner. The new embossing folders that are coming out in June of 2019, or that came out in June of 2019, are thinner than what we used to have. They used to be really thick, and they were called dynamic folders. I will be doing a video when my plate comes in, but you will need a special plate because these are thinner. So just so you know. Here is the Path of Petals and the framelits. I love the detail cut out of these framelits. Again, I have used these. I've used this one on another card, and then this one we're gonna actually be using today. Here is some ribbon that came in the bundle. It's super soft. It is Rococo Rose and gold. So I haven't used that yet, but I know it's soft, and I know it's gonna be easy for me to tie a bow with. Here is that fun washi tape. Everything is, these are all self-adhesive. They're like little Post-it note flowers, okay? So we're gonna be playing with that on today's video. The Designer Series paper, this is like the second time that I can remember, maybe the third, that we have gotten a sheet of Designer Series paper with different images. And so they measured differently, so a little bit different to cut. First of all, you want to cut that strip off, and you can use that as a border on a card or any of your projects, or even maybe a little band around something. And then these are pretty much 4 1/4. All of these are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I trimmed mine down. This is the one we're going to be using today. This is the back side, so some little green notes. Super pretty paper. I'm just going to do it like this because I already flipped it for you guys. Oops. And then this is the back side of that one. This is a beautiful wood grain. By the way, I forgot to mention this paper is super thin. It is not as thick as some of our DSPs. Love this print. Love this one. Don't you just love that blueberry bushel in there? So pretty. And then this. So as you can see, I've already been playing and cutting up pieces. I do want to point out that I will have a printable download sheet. The link is below if you want to grab that. But it will have all the supplies that I use and the measurements and even the quick little instructions. But this card is so quick. I bet once you watch the video, you're gonna go, I can do that. Okay, so I have all my supplies ready, and I did trim this down. I didn't want it to be, sometimes I find it hard, you may not, but I find it hard if I'm adding a layer that is 5.5 by 4.25. It is super hard to get it straight. So I preferred to trim it down, and I think it still looks pretty. You can still see the crumb cake, which matches the font. So super pretty. We're gonna add this layer with some snail. By the way, I have all the measurements and like I said, the instructions in the link below. Now, the way that I did, so like I said, I'm just learning this, so I don't know if there's an easier way to do it, but I wanted the flower to have body to it. So I added some dimensionals. Let's see, I think I did it about right here. First, I added dimensionals. And then I started building my flower. And even though I've got it curled up, you put something on top of it and it doesn't stay curled up. Once you get it started, kind of pull off some petals. Makes it easier to make your card. And they're kind of, it's got a plastic feel to it, so I haven't torn one yet, but you could, so I guess you should be careful. Oh yeah, if you pull from the bottom up, it is easier to get them off. And I've even thought about maybe putting some embossing buddy on the back side since it is so sticky, but I haven't played with that yet. We're just going to do it like I made the first card. Because like I said, once you put something on top of it or put it in an envelope, it's not going to stay up. Okay, so I added 5 little petals, okay? Set that down. And then I added some more dimensionals because, again, I wanted to give it body. All right, so I've added 4 dimensionals. Might be a little overkill, but like I said, I wanted the, because the first time I did it, which this is another thing to tell you, it was very forgiving when I thought, oh, they're all sticking to each other. So that was the other reason that I put the dimensionals. And so I didn't want that. So we just want to add enough petals to cover up those dimensionals. There we go. And then you can just stick these back on and they're good. We're going to bring our elements back in. And I picked gold because this is kind of a gold in the flower, even though I was really wanting to use copper, but I still went with the gold. And cover up that center. Woohoo, look at that. I have a piece of Very Vanilla scrap here. And I just find it easier, whoops. I just find it easier to stamp and then cut it out. All right, so we have our piece and we're gonna add this with some snail to the center of this. And then of course, more dimensionals. going to put this right here. And then we're going to open up the card and we're going to stamp our sentiment. And I found by using Mary Merlot, by the way, I didn't think I told you that. This is Mary Merlot ink. I found that it stamped really well on the crumb cake. I don't always like to stamp ink on colored cardstock. I prefer to do like Very Vanilla or Whisper White. You know, this is one of those cards that is so hard to make. Sharing in your sorrow. Hoping you can find strength for today and peace in tomorrow. Really hard cards, but sometimes we need those tough cards. This one I think is very pretty and would certainly be an appropriate card to send. So thanks for watching. Pressed Petals Specialty, the whole suite. It's got some fun things in there, and especially that washi tape. I had to play with it. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, you can do so below. And I would love some thumbs up. If you love this card and you think, I can make that, I would love to know that. Let's make the card. Isn't it gorgeous? I will be making more cards with the rest of the pieces on that sheet of Designer Series paper. And I just hope that you enjoyed this video, and happy stamping, y'all.